Knowing God is not a system. Now, most of us know this. I don't know what. Talk about it again. It's not a system, all right? Knowing God is a relationship, right? And I want you to think covenantally, like covenants. And I'm not talking about covenants we make in the world, which sometimes get torn apart. Realize when God makes a covenant, it's not changing. Now, if he makes it where it's a covenant where both parties have to keep it, then it could change, but not on his side, right? It could fail, but it'd be the other party. That's us, right? But he would still uphold his side. If anybody were found that could uphold theirs, right? So I just wanted to say that it's very concerning sometimes because you do talk to other Christians and you find out that they still believe that mostly what we're doing when we practice walking with God is a system. And they preach it even as a system. And our deacons believe it's a system, and our elders in churches believe it's a system. And a lot of times, like I said, it's being taught as a system. Like if you do this, God will do this, and you should do this. And you can know this for yourself because you got too many people preaching behavior. You know? I can't come into your house and tell your child, well, if your mom and dad do this, it's because you did this. Unless I understand what's really going on between you. So how can preachers think to preach behavior when they don't understand what's going on between you and Christ? Well, they think they do understand. How would they think they understand? Because they think it's a system. They think one size fits everybody. Oh, it's a system. And if this is messed up in your life, well, it's because you're not in the system. But how can it be a system when Jesus comes to you personally and calls you personally and gives you work to do personally? And I'm never privy to those conversations. How then can I judge you against the system when the system doesn't exist? Unless you consider that every human being has a system created for them individually by Christ. That's pretty apparent now, isn't it? That I can't come into your life and no one can come into your life and say, oh, well, you're messing up over here. Because the system works like this. Yeah, there's an overarching system, but guess what? The Father treats all his children differently. And I don't mean on a scale of righteousness or not. Righteousness is simple. If you're in Christ because you believe he's your righteousness, then covenantally you're in God. You're going to heaven, right? And that's the only thing. Oh, will you still sin? Oh, okay, too bad. Jesus paid the price for sin. You get a $50 bill out, you pay your restaurant bill, you don't keep trying to pay it again.